8 students have died by suicide within 24 hours after.
Trend tingkah laku yang membawa kepada bunuh diri dalam kalangan remaja semakin meningkat dan perkembangan itu mencetuskan kebimbangan kepada kerajaan.
Mayat seorang pelajar perempuan ditemui dalam keadaan lebam di leher, dipercayai bunuh diri dalam kejadian di sebuah pusat pengajian di Arau, Perlis semalam.
After a second student dies by suicide within this semester.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Welcome to the presentation of Scientific Inquiry Project. The title of our project is Stress, Depression and Anxiety among University Students. It is a study to identify the cause, the impact and the prevention measures. And we are from Group 9. Introducing the members of Group 9, which consists of 6 members: Ahmad Amjad, Adila, Mohamad Ehtizam, Angel, Given, and Najihah. This is the list of our agenda today. The first one is introduction, which consists of definition, attention, variables, and importance of study. The second one is literature review. We will present about the reviews on previous research on the topic, followed by number 3, statement of study, which will touch on problem statement, objectives, hypothesis, and significance of study. Next, number 4, methodology. In this part, we will explain on research instruments, analysis, and questionnaire layout. Next, number 5, result and discussion. This part will focus on research design, data representation, and discussion. And lastly, number 6, conclusion and recommendation, which basically is the research in a nutshell.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Amjad and I will be presenting about introduction of our research. So firstly, I would like to clarify terms that we will use a lot throughout the presentation, which are SAD and SDG 3. So SAD is nothing but only an abbreviation of stress, depression and anxiety, while SDG is actually a Sustainable Development Goals, which was set up by United Nations, which consists of 17 goals that we believe will make the world a better place. So we chose SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, as the SDG of concern of our study. Next is attention. So the attention of our research is to study the correlation between university students and SAD. Next is variables, or what are the things that we want to know about SAD. So we aim to focus in this study is the cause, the impact, and the preventive measure of SAD on students. And lastly, importance. So why do this research important? So that we can develop a treatment at university level, as well as increasing awareness on SAD, hence mitigate or address the problem properly.
Adjusting to university life, academic pressures, financial restriction can all substantially impact students' well-being. Firstly, academic pressure is one of the leading causes of stress among university students. Andrews and Lordy in 2004 discovered that heavy coursework expectation, fear of failure, and the pressure to attain excellent marks increase stress levels. Other than that, financial limits are a significant source of stress for university students, particularly those who encounter economic difficulties or must work while studying. Rose et al. 2016 discovered a link to financial stress and higher symptoms of sadness and anxiety. Students who struggle to fulfill tuition, living expenses, and other financial requirements are more likely to develop mental health problems. Stress, desperation, and anxiety are common mental health issues among university students, impacting their academic performance and overall well-being. Intervention for university students to manage stress, depression, and anxiety. Peer support programs also have been developed on university campuses to assist students with social and emotional support. According to a study by Feldman et al., 2015, such program can successfully alleviate symptoms of depression and anxiety. Peer support provides a safe environment for students to discuss their experiences and seek help from their peers. Besides, regular physical activity and exercise have been demonstrated to reduce stress, depression, and anxiety in university students. Sketch et al. 2018 found that exercise therapy significantly alleviated symptoms of depression in a meta-analysis. Exercise increases endorphin release and decreases stress hormone, both of which have favorable impact on mental health. Universities may consider implementing this intervention as part of a complete mental health support system.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Adila. Here I will discuss about literature review on impact of stress, depression and anxiety on academic performance and well-being. First, Leah et al. In 2017 stated that students experiencing mental health issues may exhibit reduced concentration, decreased motivation, and impaired cognitive functioning. Second, untreated mental health issues can lead to a decline in physical health and increased likelihood of engaging in risky behaviors. Other than that, assessment of life satisfaction, happiness, and self-perceived health can provide insights into student holistic well-being. Next, the frequency of stress and anxiety among university students. Large-scale surveys and longitudinal studies have provided valuable data on the mental health of students. From survey collected by Arbach in 2020, found that nearly 30% of university students in Malaysia experience symptoms of depression and anxiety. These findings suggest that stress, depression, and anxiety are prevalent mental health issues affecting a considerable proportion of the university student population.
Hi, back with me again, Amjad. I will talk about the problem statement of the study. So what are the problems that this study tried to solve? Starting with university life and mental health. So this case is becoming more serious and serious nowadays, to the extent that students cannot control or contain it anymore, which leads to more severe cases such as self-harm and suicide. And we believe that this situation is driven by academic workload, social pressure, and growing up, as we university students are adapting to a new chapter of our life. Next, the impact of mental health on students, especially on how do this situation alter the academic achievement and quality of life of the student. And last but not least is prevention measures. It is the most crucial part of our study. We are trying to establish interventions, enhance mental health support, and also ensuring well-being of students. It is vital so that this problem can be manageable and controlled with a proper approach. Moving on to the next slide, objectives and hypotheses. So here we have 3 objectives and 3 hypotheses that are related to one another. The first objective is to determine the cause of SAD among students. And the hypothesis to relate with this objective is the high prevalence of SAD among students is caused by academic pressure. The second objective of our research is to study the major impact of SAD on students. And the hypothesis for this one is we believe that SAD can affect productivity and academic performance of the student. And lastly, our objective is to propose prevention measures to mitigate the SAD problem. And we do believe that by fostering a supportive university culture would address or mitigate the problem of SAD among university students properly. The next part I will present is the significance of study. So this study aims to uphold or to contribute to the development of SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. Here we list 5 major contributions to the SDG 3 that this study have to offer. The first one is promoting mental health issue, followed by proposing targeted interventions And number 3 is we try to raise awareness and education regarding the SAD issue. And number 4 is we try to unlock access to mental health service, especially at university level. And lastly, we try to ultimately improvise overall well-being of the students.
Hello, my name is Geraint Gom and I will be presenting about our research methodologies for this study. So in this study, we have used qualitative data collection methodologies to collect data. This involves handing out surveys to extract respondents' opinions, emotions, and suggestions, as well as their understanding of our subjects, which is the causes and impact of stress, depression, and anxiety among university students. So, to achieve the goals of this study, a survey has been created and distributed to students of all kinds of universities in Malaysia. Our questionnaire survey, which is created in Google Forms, it is distributed via WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. All the data were collected from university students, and we have successfully collected about 55 respondents as a result of the distribution. Next, I will talk about the survey sections of our questionnaire. So, our survey consists of 4 sections, which are section A, B, C, and D. For section A, it focuses on background information about the respondents. Data such as age, gender, and level of study are asked. We have also inquired about the current studying institute of respondents of the survey. Next, for section B. Section B aims to explore the factors contributing to stress, depression, and anxiety of university students. So, by using a 5-point Likert scale for respondents, they are able to rate their answers based on the given statements that is stated inside the survey. For section C, it correlates with the hypothesis regarding our case study. And in this section, we aim to obtain a deeper understanding on the impact of stress, depression, and anxiety. So, open-ended questions are inserted inside this part for respondents to give their own answers. Last but not least, section D. Section D aims to collect data about steps to prevent stress, depression, and anxiety, and it is used to determine the feasibility of the hypothesis regarding the preventive measures of this issue. Then, by using data analysis techniques, we will look into the quantitative and qualitative data that was gathered from the literature review and survey. Google Form data was used to further analyze the response in order to thoroughly access, gather, and compile these data. Therefore, without all this data, the goal of this study cannot be achieved.
Hello and a very good day. I am Angel and I will be presenting the data representation for our report. In section A, we collected the respondents' background by asking for their age, gender, level of study, and institute. We had a total of 55 respondents with a 6:4 male to female ratio. Majority of our respondents are in the range of 21 to 23 years old, and 78.2% of respondents are undergraduates. This section plays a crucial role in establishing a foundation for understanding the diverse profiles of the respondents and lays the groundwork for a comprehensive analysis of the studies. Moving on to section B, we aim to explore the factors contributing to stress, depression, and anxiety experienced by university students. Using a 5-point Likert scale ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree, majority of the respondents strongly agree that lack of self-care and having an unhealthy lifestyle is one of the main causes of stress, depression, and anxiety among students. When asked, 87.3% of respondents agree that unhealthy academic competitiveness is a major contributor. Lastly, among all the respondents, only a low percentage of 14% of respondents do not experience panic attacks during exam week. This indicates high levels of stress, depression, and anxiety among students. Next, this section correlates with the hypothesis on university students' perception towards this issue. When asked whether stress, depression, and anxiety affect productivity and academic performances, 32 out of 55 of the respondents strongly agree. When asked how is productivity and academic performance affected, majority of the respondents chose feeling of discouragement as well as inability to focus. Other ways include poor performance, social withdrawal, and mismanagement. Last but not least, in section D, we asked the respondents what they think is the best method to prevent stress, depression, and anxiety. 67.3% of the respondents voted for providing counseling as the best way to prevent stress, depression, and anxiety. Their reasonings include creating a platform for students to vent, as well as having professionals involved can help students understand better as they are trained to deal with such issues. The second highest vote, which acquires 18.2% of respondents, is promoting mental health awareness. When asked why, the respondents believe that it aids in promoting a willingness to learn. They claim that awareness helps students to understand and manage their emotions with a sense of relief as they are aware of what they are feeling. Though proposed solutions were suggested by the respondents, the majority of them were not so convinced of its effectiveness as seen in the histogram here. It should be noted that the proposed solutions can only be effective if one is willing to get help. And that will be all from me. I will pass the floor to the next presenter. Thank you.
Based on the survey results provided, the first hypothesis appears to be supported and accepted. The survey indicates that 48 out of 55 respondents strongly agree with the statement that academic pressure can cause stress, depression, and anxiety among university students. This results align with the first objective. Since the survey results align with the hypothesis, it suggests that there is a connection between academic pressure and the high prevalence of stress, depression, and anxiety among university students. Section C was conducted to investigate the impact of stress, depression, and anxiety on student productivity and academic performance. The second hypothesis was supported by the survey results, as 51 out of 55 respondents agreed with the statement. The strong consensus among the participants indicates that stress, depression, and anxiety are perceived as influential factors affecting students' overall academic success. Section D of the survey aimed to propose preventive measures to mitigate stress, depression, and anxiety cases among university students. The first question inquired about whether respondents felt that their university provides adequate support for students' mental health needs, and 61.8% of the 55 respondents answer yes. These survey results directly support the third hypothesis. The perception among a majority of respondents that counseling services and supportive university culture can help prevent mental health challenges demonstrate the importance of addressing students' mental well-being.
We are now reaching the end of our presentation with conclusion and recommendation. As for the conclusion, the questionnaire survey that accumulates a total of 55 respondents indicates that all three hypotheses were proved to be correct. Our first hypothesis is approved, as we have enough data to support that prime cause of SAD is indeed academic pressure. And our second hypothesis also proved to be correct, as SAD indeed affect productivity and academic performance of students negatively. And we also failed to reject our third hypothesis because based on the data that we collected, fostering a supportive university culture would effectively mitigate the problem. Moreover, objectives of the research were successfully achieved, which are to determine the cause, the impact, and the most effective initiative to counter the issue of SAD among university students. With the information and data collected by this research, we hope that we are able to deliver insightful sharing regarding mental health problems, especially on SAD among university students. I would like to end our presentation with stating the recommendations that we have that we believe will be very helpful for future researchers, especially regarding this topic, which is SAD among university students. So the first recommendation that we have is a longitudinal study over an extended period of time. We believe this will allow the researcher to observe this problem over time and check the effectiveness of proposed solution. Also, by extending the time to collect survey respondent, this will enlarge the data scope and also will enhance the validity of the data. The second recommendation that we have is incorporating qualitative research methods such as interview. This is to gain deeper insight into emotional and psychological aspect of SAD, as the subjects are literally in front of our researcher. The last recommendation that we have is to collaborate with university administration, mental health professionals, and student support services in gathering secondary data. So working closely with mentioned bodies will ensure the research is aligned with existing resources and support system within the university. With that, I would like to end our presentation. Thank you for your time. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.